Hola. You ever have those days where you're like, do I really want to push this button right now? Gotta push the button though. Gotta push the button. Gotta talk about this. Hola, 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 hola. Giving ache, 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 ache to the ancestors. Hola, hola, hola. I'm Danielle Matthews. Hola is ache, ache, ache to all of you coming in. Ache, ache to the ancestors. I am creating a pathway for you guys to come in and chime in on this discussion of fear today. Ache to the divine. Ache, ache to Most High. Ache, ache, ache. Ache, ache, ache. Ache, ache, ache. Anicia, ache. Ache, ache, ache. Ache, Victoria. Ache, ache, ache. Ache. Ache, ache. Ache, 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 ache. This is something that you have to remember. I remind myself of this every single day. I am creation, I am animation, I am the brightest vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am zip, pep, pizzazz, punch, bounce, moxie, mojo, whatever you call it. Ache, I am. I am energy all the time. Ache, ache. This is a incubator for my energy in this lifetime. But beyond this flesh, there is so much more. And in this lifetime, we get to gain it. But I'm talking about the number 13. So ache, ache to all of you, giving honor and homage to the ancestors, known and unknown, who are always around 13. Ache, ache, ache. Those of you that know me know that I am Sex Energy Goddess 13. What is sex energy? Sexual energy is life force. It is ache. It is prana. It is what exists in all of us. And I am a master of this energy because I'm a master of myself. Ache. Hola, 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 Toriano. Hola, 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 ache. So, when I started using the name Sex Energy Goddess 13, it came with a lot. It came with a lot of energy. The number 13 was something that needed to be part of this exploration, this realization of who I am. When I went into the exploration of what is this 13, because see, if I'm calling myself something, trust and believe I know why I'm doing it. I know why I'm using the symbolism of everything that I do. I know that. I must know that, because if I don't know that, it's going to be to my detriment. Not knowing the power of symbolism, not knowing the energy of the symbols that are being used against everyone all the time, it is a detriment to the individual. And see, it is not, the thing about it is, it doesn't matter if you don't know, because the energy is still going to pierce through. It is what it is. But see, when you do know, you can make a difference by your perception and what you create with these thoughts that are coming from the energy of fear that is evoked by a number. So it is important for you to look up on your own, look up the symbolism of the number 13. I will tell you some things that you will find, and we'll go into just a little tad bit for those that need to um, go there. You know, the number 13, just looking at the power of this number, think of all of the movies that have been made on about Friday the 13th and the 13th and the 13th floor and the 13th this, and every single movie that has been made of it has been what? To evoke what? Fear, so that you can fear it. Oh, Friday the 13th, superstition, and the ladder and the witches and blah, 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 blah. You know, so all of this fear has been perpetuated by the people that buy into it, and so it creates this real intense energy of what fear would be, right? Now that fear could fit into anybody's situation. You know what I mean? It's not oh, I'm just scared of a witch, or I'm scared of a clown, or I'm scared of this. It is the energy of fear. So as long as it matches the vibration of what fear is, it is going to exist there. So the number 13 is a very powerful tool to keep people, boop, put you in check, put you in fear mode. It's happened twice. It happens like around twice a year. And if you look at the solar system, and if you look at astrology, and if you look at numerology, and I know you're not going to look at all of that, but I'm just saying that if you look at all of that, you will find the root of what these things really are about, which is energy. It is a frequency. It is a vibration that has numerological value and creates something. And a lot of times it creates to the point of material. Sometimes it just festers there in the astral until it's materialized with more thought and more intention. I know sometimes I say a little too much, talk a little bit too much. Hola, hola, hola. But the number 13 is a power that has been used since the beginning of time. If you go back to the Bible, you're going to see that Jesus and his 12 disciples was 13. In the days of Zeus, Zeus was the god. He was the 13th god. So this number, this symbol is very powerful. And see, here are some of the words that are attached to the number 13, to the symbolism of 13: ascension, resurrection, enlightenment, totality, completion, power, realization, attainment, femininity, magic, psyche, emotion, creation, completion, order, advancement, mystery, beginnings, intuition, solidarity, unity, birth, incorruptible nature, purity, integrity, transition, change, inevitability. And if you just search, this is from What's Your Sign, number 13. But there's lots of sources that you could look at. But the number 13 is constantly being used against people to keep them in check and to keep them in fear. And so I'm just here to tell y'all today, don't be scared of that number. Use that number to your advantage. Use this energy. See, any kind of energy could be transformed. So when you're thinking about something that scares you, you have to face up. What is it that scares you? What is it that you're so afraid of? Why are you scared? You have to look at that. That is the only way that you're going to combat this fear. So this fear energy, the only way to combat it is to address it, is to deal with it. And once you deal with it and release yourself from that, then that energy is transformed and you can move forward to a new birth, to a resurrection, transformation, whatever it is that you want to do, but you must do it. And that's why the things that are happening on the planet now are bringing everybody to that place of fear, because things are happening that are beyond what a person would think is beyond their control, because it's like, oh, it's this weather, or it's this fire, or it's this death that's happening over here. And trust and believe, there is so much death happening right now. Ache, 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 ache to the ancestors, ache to the people that are transforming every second, and to the ones that are coming in, ache, because this is something that is happening, and now you're able to see the rapid speed of how things shift and change. In just 1 second, everything could be completely different and changed. And that's where we are now. So the only thing that anyone can do, the only thing that anyone can do is control themselves. You have to be able to align yourself. You have to be able to balance yourself. You have to be able to do that, because if not, you're going to get caught in the in the debris, in the flow of life that's happening, in this death, in this resurrection, in this rebirth. However it is that you want to play a role in it, that really depends upon you. But what's happening is happening. And there's no way to, you can't deny it. I want to thank you all for tuning in for this little quick message today. I want to say ache to Amare Amani, and to the Tribal Unity Group here on Facebook, who has invited me to come over tomorrow and talk to them at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Pacific Standard Time is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. At 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you're on the Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, I'm excited to be over there because I think those of you that know me know I don't go to a lot of places to speak because a lot of people are not ready for what I have to share. A lot of people have issues with whatever is going on, and and I've done a very good job of keeping myself in my space. It's where I like to be. You want to come get it, come here and get it. But tomorrow I've been invited to go and share some information, and I can't really even tell you exactly what it's going to be about because I have invited the brother to just let's go with it. Healing needs to be done, and it's always happening. So we're gonna do some healing tomorrow on that broadcast. So I hope that you guys could tune in. That's the Tribal Unity group here on Facebook. I'm not sure if it's an open group or if you have to be invited, but Amare, Amani, and Amare. I know it's a husband and wife team, and the names are, if you're here now, Ache. And thank you so much for just for reaching out. It's like women, goddesses, the divine feminine is a force to be reckoned with. And because of that, a lot of us have been kind of like, they think that they're backing it up, but the power of the divine feminine works beyond what you can see. So it's not about my popularity. It's not about people, me doing shows and doing broadcasts and different things like that. It's about everything that has to happen in the moment when it happens. And it's always happening. Like, I'm not waiting for this thing to happen and for one day this is going to happen. What's happening in my life is happening right now. And the fact that I am honored to come back in this flesh at this time as the divine feminine, it's an experience that I can't even really put into words. It is not about feminism and none of that. It is about being part of a gender that has been suppressed beyond anything that has been put on the world. Like, people talk about racism and they talk about colorism and all of these different isms that exist, but the woman, the divine feminine, has been suppressed since the beginning of time. Because as soon as man was able to manipulate, they knew the power of the divine feminine, and they continued to know of this power, and they wanted to suppress it. And that's why they had witch killings. Before the witch killings and the huntings and different things like that, there was more than that. Before that, there were sex goddesses. These sex energy goddesses existed in a time where they taught it wasn't about physical touch and physical sex. It was about that divine sexual feminine energy that only a divine master of a goddess can evoke and invoke this energy and create with it, along with the male master. So there was a time where these males would come in, and these males would come in to be blissed and to work with these sex energy masters, these goddesses. But if their energy was not up to par, it could never happen. You know what I mean? And these goddesses were highly protected, and these goddesses have come to the planet hundreds and millions of times. They're always around, and a lot of them have been abused, and they've been abused because the power is so strong that it has evoked so much energy, so much abuse. A lot of these goddesses have been highly sexually abused, and it is because of their sexual energy and the power that they have and the inability to project that in the way that it was divinely intended for it to be protected. The woman has been slaughtered on this planet, like slaughtered. And so this is now a time for that to be transformed. And it is not a war man against woman. It is about wholeness and balance. But this wholeness and balance cannot come if the woman is not put back in her rightful place. And this is not about, oh, I'm a queen, I got a crown, or I got a coochie, I'm a queen, look at me, I got me one. It is not about that. It is about your soul and being able to encompass all life within you, because you recognize that you are the divine feminine, the divine male and female. You are that. The I am is everything. It is an energy. This is only a vessel, and this vessel happens to have a yoni. But it hasn't always been like that. This is a time where all of this flesh has to be released, and you have to detach from it, because you go beyond that. It's so much more than that. You know, when people go to church and then they put the hands on them, and the people have this Jesus moment and this connection, and they start doing the Holy Ghost, that is an energy that can be experienced at all times of your life when you have that direct connection with Source. It is used and it is suppressed in that way too. When they take their hands and they put it, and I'm not saying all of them do it, but this is your crown. And when you put energy into your crown right here, it is very powerful. So somebody touching your head, somebody touching the head of your babies, that is a very, very vulnerable position to put yourself in and to put them in. Because when you send energy into this chakra, you are sending it down to all of the chakra systems in the body. And you can send intention, you can send, whatever it is that you want to put in that, you could put it in that body. And these are just facts for everyone to know. And once you start learning yourself, you know that truth. So this is not about, oh, I read it in this book, and this book said this, and this book. When you know yourself, you know. And this information will come to you. And if you don't know something, you ask. And when you ask the question, you will receive the answer. All the time, without a doubt. It never fails. Ever, 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 ever. It is up to you to be able to discern the information and to be prepared to receive it so that you can know what it is that's coming. Because see, this symbolism is not a joke. It is not a game. Every corporation that you can think of has used a symbol so that they can get to where they've gotten. It's a formula that exists. In this world where the 1% exists, they use formulas. They use their brain power. They use mathematics. They use the solar system. They use all of these things that they don't tell you about. And they use it to manipulate and to control. And so now that you know, right, what are you going to do about it? That's where we're at now. No more time for researching and seeing like, oh my gosh, let me see what they're going to do in the next movie of Friday the 13th, see what symbolism and what signs they got. They're going to do the same thing that they always do. So don't even waste your money. That's stupid. So what are you going to do about this Friday that's coming up right now? What are you going to be doing with your energy on this Friday the 13th? Are you going to be watching Friday the 13th movies, getting scared because it feels so good to feel scared? And, you know, what are you giving your energy to? Because the power is still happening. The power of the Friday the 13th energy that happens every year, once or twice. I think sometimes it happens 3 times a year when there's a Friday the 13th in a year. What happens, look up the solar systems, look up to planetary alignments, and see what is exactly happening, because what is happening with you is that you're feeling the energy of these things that are happening outside in the planets. You're feeling them within yourself. And so these feelings are triggered depending on where you are in your frequency. Like, are you eating calcified? Are you eating glue? And are you eating meat that is not really meat? Are you, like, what are you putting inside of yourself? Because these things are going to make a difference on how you perceive information. Okay? And this is not about, I just so love the animals. I just so this. This is about your body, your vessel. What are you putting in it? Is it real food? Are you smoking real cannabis? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? These things are important. And see, a lot of people want to skip all of this stuff, and they want to get to richness, and they want to get to all of this ascension, but they don't want to do the basics of taking care of their temple and figuring out whatever is ailing you. You have the power to fix it by the choices that you make. That's first. And so sometimes I get a little bit ahead of myself, and I start talking about all of these other things, and I'm like, hold up. Y'all ain't even ready yet. Let me get y'all ready. Get y'all in there. Hola, Angelica. Hola, Judah Buzz. Oh, my goodness. Today is one of those days. The energy is dense. I came outside, and I smell the smoke I'm close to the Napa Valley wine countries. There's fire, and there's also fire in Southern California. There's fire, and these are things that happen every single year, right? However, August 21st, 2017, solar eclipse, that 2 minutes of darkness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that 2 minutes of darkness brought in its darkness, didn't it? It brought in a lot. There have been, I know, and I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers, but just giving it, just giving it a little feel out there. There have been so many deaths. There have been so many deaths, but again, there have been so many births. And so we have to really be in that place in our lives where we are connecting to the things that are happening so that you can flow where your path takes you, where you're supposed to go. And you cannot depend on somebody else to be like, oh, well, where you going? I'm going to go there too. No, no, no. You got to figure this out on your own. You have to figure it out because everybody's world is their own universe. And what happens is a lot of people try to take you into theirs, or you go subconsciously into somebody else's universe and you start giving all your energy and creating everything that you got in that world, and you forgot about yourself. This is the time now to start detaching from all of these things. You got to detach from all of these programs that exist. And Friday the 13th is a huge one because that is the beginning. That is the beginning of everything. This creation. And I know I went on a little tangent about the woman, but I had to say that because I need y'all to know what it really and what it truly is. And when you can come into peace with that, and the reason why I brought that up is because, the warrior that has invited me on his show, one of the things that he said is that his wife told him that he needed to have more feminine energy in what he's doing. And he honored that. And I honor him for that. And I honor her for giving him that energy, that sexual energy, that inspiration, to do what is right. Because it is time. It is time for the mothers and for the divine feminine to have the floor, but we need you guys right here. It's like a lot of y'all don't know it, or you may know it, but I've had a warrior by my side consistently for 27 years of my life. Some of you that know may know him personally. Some of you that don't, y'all already know where I am, he is. And so it is. Ache is the solution. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I honor him because he gives me, and when I say this, it's like, we know that a person can't just give or take anything from you. I respect that, and we know that. But as that solution in my life, as that warrior in my life, and him seeing me and knowing me, he gives me the freedom in our union to be who I am without any, don't do this, don't do that. No, never, ever, 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 ever. And and has taught me so much. And so it's men like that, it's warriors like that know how to really make their goddesses shine by representing them just in the energy that they give them. This is not about the pictures that you post online. This is not about, oh, look at me and my boo, look at me and my bae. It's not about that. It is about the most intimate energy that you could give to one another, and especially when you are in a sexual union with someone and you're able to bring that. And when I'm talking about a sexual union, see, oh my goodness, I be doing too much. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. Hold on, Melchizedek is calling. Hola. See, yes, Melchizedek. Ache. I know I be saying a whole lot of stuff. Everybody ain't ready. I know. Yeah, that's going to be for the next time. Sexual, spiritual alchemy. It's all done. It is done. Yes. That's the next level. The sacral chakra. That's right. I got you. Okay. I'm going to calm it down. I love you. See, yeah, they got my back. Ancestors got my back all the time. So it's like I'm able to calm it down. There is it's so much information, and I want to give it all. Everybody's not ready to receive it all. But just know that Friday the 13th is a day for you to rejoice in what it is that you are creating within yourself. If you haven't gotten to the point where you have like this master plan, let the master plan be your own healing. You know what I mean? You don't have to have it like all together right now like that. It's not about that. It's about having you together. It's about having, this is not about money. This is not about your job. This is not about nothing else but you. But you. Because see, when you find that, when you connect to that space, that's where everything is. That's where God is. That is it. It is in there. It is in you all the time. And so when you get to that fear place, you got to take action and you got to figure it out, because that's where you're going to get your power. And when you can connect that to your heart, to your God, to hear, that's when you become completely unstoppable. Unstoppable. Ache, Melvina, Ache, Sarah. I know I said I was going to get out of here, and I am going to get out of here, but I do receive a lot of great energy from you all. You know, when I come here, before I came, I was like, the energy that I was feeling like was why. You know, when the ancestors tell you to do something, you just do it. Matter of fact, I'm preparing because on Saturday, I'm about to go see Philharmonic. The Philharmonic sings the song Energy. He is so fly, and he has a performance. Then I bought my ticket a long time ago, so I'm going to go check him out. So I'm preparing, but the ancestors don't care if my hair ain't done. They're like, go ahead, go on and talk about it. Friday the 13th. Give Ache to your brothers and sisters that are supporting you, to the Tribal Unity group. Ache to everybody that's raising the vibration of the planet. You healers that are out there talking to people, know that everything that you're doing, you know what I mean? It's like when you take your time and you're lifting somebody's energy up so that they don't do something stupid, so that they just feel love. You know, that's doing God's work. And that doesn't mean you're supposed to be broke. That means that you're supposed to recognize who you are and what you're doing, and know that no fiat note is going to validate that. Your energy validates that. And then you ask for what it is that you need. Ask for what it is that you want. And know that it's always going to come to you, but you got to honor what it is that you do. And when I say honor what it is that you do, there's some people that are, okay, I'm going to put it out there, Friday the 13th, I'm going to put it out there. For those of you that are working that 9 to 5, and you don't want to go your ass back to work, because you know that it's time for you to be doing what Most High put you here to do. You just got to take that step. If you feel it, if you really do believe in your Most High, and know that no matter what, that energy is always in support of you, get out that system. Get out of it in true faith, and trust and believe a way is going to be made. It has always been like that. And I wouldn't tell you that if I wouldn't have done it myself. 2010, I started the faith tour of my life. My family and I, we got evicted from the last place that we were. And it was something that happened so suddenly. It was just like, there was no room to be like, oh, but I got to get a job, but I got to do this. It was like, hold up, plant your feet, get your meditation on, start calling on the ancestors, because it's time to get some work done. And so what we chose to do as a family was stay in our heart. What is it? Where were we being guided to do? What were we being guided to do? Oregon actually came into play in that whole realization. And so that's what, and it's not to say, oh, started making Oregon and everybody started buying it, and it was not like that. I started working with this energy, and I started recognizing who I am, and I started directing energy to my intention, and I started manifesting things into my life. All I had to do, all I did was trust that God didn't put me here to be deficient. The solution says that all the time. He would always say that. God didn't put us here to be deficient. And that was a phrase that would make me think. And, it's like, you got to think, okay, so if you believe there is the Most High, right? Whatever it is that you call it, and you have this faith in it, prove it. Prove your faith. Go ahead and walk away from this system and see what you could do. Watch what you can do. But don't think that it's going to be easy. Do not think, not for a second, not for a sparkling, singling, tinkling little second, Sarah, that it's going to be easy. Because it's not. No, mi amor, claro que no. Las cosas que se merecen tener siempre cogen esfuerzo. The things worth having always take work. That's just the way it is. That's nature. You earn it. Everything that you got right now, you've earned it. All of that shit. You've earned it. So now if you want to start earning different things, you got to figure it out. What happened? You know what I mean? And it's not about how did I go wrong. Like, release yourself from this place of thinking that you're wrong. Everything that has happened in your life has had to happen so you could get to this point. So give it thanks. Ache. It had to happen because you wouldn't be here right now. And that's where forgiveness comes in. And you got to be able to forgive yourself for all of these things that you thought you were supposed to be, that you weren't. These, I started feeling like I was going to start rhyming. But you got to forgive yourself, because it's like you're who you are because this is where you're supposed to be. And there's some people that feel like, oh, I'm X amount of years old. I'm supposed to be farther from now. I went through that. Yep. When I was in my late 30s, I was like, did this and did that. I should have been there by now. I should have done this by now. And then it was like, it took for me to lose everything to realize that I'm here right now all the time, and it's always going. I ain't waiting for nothing. It is happening right now, all the time, all day. Ache, ache, ache. And in that knowing, everything moves the way that it's supposed to move so that I can get everything that I need all the time. And then I can't even say every year or every moment it expands. And it's like, and I had to learn to release expectation of what it is that I'm supposed to be getting, because it's always a lot bigger than what I thought I was ever going to get. And then my mind started opening to infinite possibilities of things. And so that's where I live all the time. And that's why most of the time I can't really talk to nobody, because people talk to me. They're like, are you kidding? Or that's impossible. Or there's no way. Or but look at you. Or but you're a woman. Or but blah, blah, blah. Psh, psh, psh. What? See, my ears don't hear no shit like that. Like, and when it comes in, it just gets transformed. And so I'm constantly leaving people, because it's like, if you're not on the frequency of building from all of this destruction, then I ain't trying to be there. I ain't going to be crying with nobody about some shit that happened. I'm not going to be getting picketing, getting in front of no lines, telling, oh, master, my people's very hungry, master. Could you give us some water, master? They do that shit in the movies so that you could think, oh, that's how change happens. That's how we get a whole bunch of people together, and we gather those people, and we all get these signs, and we show, we get our afros on, the afro pick with a fist on it, and we black power. We show these people we so mad, we're gonna have our guns, and we don't care because we're gonna die for ours. We're gonna die. That's what they teach you to do. That's what they teach the public to do so that they can control your mind. But the real power is in your mind and what you are creating with it. And it's really difficult to create in a low state of being when your chakras are on the root and the sacral and it's only there. It's really difficult to exist from that state. So you can't create anything there. You can only create when you are above this area and you're able to access this part, your brain, your mind, you know what I mean? That's the only time that you can truly create, is when you can access that. So what the elites have done with like Friday the 13th and stuff is they've taken and they've put it so that people are locked down in that fear mode and they're scared and they're liking to be scared. And then when they like to be scared and they get to cuddle up next to their boo, they can have sex in that scaredness and, oh, and he saved me, and now you're creating a whole nother pattern of existence. You know what I mean? And see, people don't know that because nobody ever talks about what's created every time that you actually have sex. It ain't no wrong thing. It's supposed to feel great. That's what it is. But let's talk about the truth of what is being created every time that you do it. And so when people start creating in this state of fear, they start creating more experiences to be fearful of. And so that's why, see, the elites, they're like really smart. Like they already, like they're not stupid. You know what I mean? So they know what to do. Like mind control and mind programming is excellent. It's really powerful stuff. And they do it all the time. But see, now they've taken it and they put it like kind of like in a joking way. So people are like, so that if you kind of believe in that, people look at you like, ha, look at you. Like you're dumb. You believe in that. You know what I mean? And it's okay because they got to do whatever they got to do. Because see, the real ones, the ones that already know, hold on. Can y'all hear me? We don't have no time for that shit. We already doing what the hell we supposed to do in preparation for what the hell is going on right now. So, while y'all motherfuckers is over there getting mad at what the government is not giving you, and you got a whole bunch of other people that are doing a lot of real intelligent mind work, metaphysical activity that is affecting the entire planet. You have scientists and alchemists out here that are spending all of their energy in the creations that they do to bring high vibration and balance to humanity. Like they are working with scalar technology that surpasses the intellect of the dum-dums that are doing all of the shit that they doing to the masses. But that's not I think I needed my tea. I should have had my tea, sipping my tea, because see, I don't care. I really do not. I'm not concerned about what's happening out there in the public and what's being done, because they've already shown a preview and a picture of what is to come and what is that they continue to do. It's just time to do something different. It's time to do something different, and not having a job, not having money, none of that is an excuse. All of that shit is an excuse. All of it is an excuse. You have to detach from everything. And if you haven't gotten to the point where you've lost everything so that you can get to the crux of what you are about, then maybe you lagging. You need to get, you know what I mean? Maybe you need to suffer a few more losses so that you can recognize who you are. But when you get to the point of knowing, then it's about you nurturing that. It's about you recognizing how it is that you need to heal yourself. Not me telling you. Not going to somebody saying, where is it that I need healing? What is it that I need to do for my healing? No, because you need to be able to go to yourself for that. Because guess what's inside of you? Anyone? God, the Most High. And I don't really be liking to sound like preachy, because it ain't about being all preachy. That's how come sometimes I gotta, break it up a little bit. But it's just the truth of what it is. And when you look at it, it is energy. It is energy. Es energía. Creating is everything. Look how I could create songs off of what y'all say. Creating is everything. I love the way you think. Saquath Davis is in the room. Yes, watching. One time I was singing opera. I went to Sacramento High School, and they had the Visual and Performing Arts program. and I was supposed to sing opera. It was part of the lesson. And I just didn't want to sound like that. I was, I was like too cool. I was like, She was like the teacher would say, "You got too much soul in your voice for this song," and I was like, "Well, you can't take the soul out of me." And she was like, "You're not gonna get a good grade if you don't sing this in the way." I said, "Well, I'm just gonna do the best I can," and I wasn't able to do it. I still remember the song too. Tres giorni son Genina, Genina, I ain't gonna bore y'all with that. But I didn't even do it like that. In school, I was like, Tre giorni son Genina, Genina, Genina. She didn't like me anyway. It was okay. It was okay. Hola, Nikki. I'm gonna be wrapping this up. I can feel your. Oh, I can feel your energy. Energy. Yes. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, I can feel your energy. So this guy, Philharmonic, and I'm gonna go. Philharmonic. He's gonna be at Mo. Look up Philharmonic on the Philharmonic on Facebook. He's a friend of mine. He's excellent. His music, being able to watch him expand what he's doing has been, man, it's been fantastic. Love, 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 love his work. And I plan on working with him to do the Ache song. Gracias, Pam. Pam, Pam, Pam. Pam loves always. I just want to say to Pam, Pam is one of those people that has been working on her passion, and it's like you see her moving on her Facebook, and you see what she's doing, and you see her growth and her expansion, and it's exciting. And so I just wanted to say to you, Pam, I love you. Ache, ache, ache. And I see you. I see all the things that you're doing, and I'm excited. And I know that we will come together on a collaboration soon. That is my word. That is my word. So that will definitely happen. I don't know what I was saying before that. I think I was saying I was going to leave, but since I started talking about Friday the 13th, I got to end it with Friday the 13th and tell y'all, don't be falling for that. Don't be getting scared about no Friday the 13th. Use that energy to your benefit, to your advantage. You know what I mean? Celebrate. Celebrate. Look at all of the words that it means. Look up 13 and the number 13 and the symbolism. Do that for yourself, and it's going to give you a new energy. And when you use it, you could use the power of the 13th without, yeah, I'm always saying 13, and I'm always saying 13. I come to deliver information, so that's what I do. But as a practical individual, like, if you're somebody that, you don't need everybody to know everything that you're doing. You don't need, your privacy is so important. Your privacy is everything. So when you're doing your rituals, don't post your rituals, everything that you do all the time. Like, anyway, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. Do what you want to do. But I'm just saying that is not something that I would advise. But I'm just saying, right? So when you're doing these things, you could use the number 13 in your head. The fact that you know it and you're sending intention, that is power. Your brain is super powerful. So the moment that you send an intention to something and then you say 13, it adds the amplification of that intention. So this is something you could do. You could write it down. You could put 13, you could put triangles of 13. Get into sacred geometry. Sacred geometry, oh my goodness, is so powerful, so important. Ache, oh, my love is watching. Ache, ache, ache. That's who I was talking about, y'all. So the solution is Mike Lee. That is the warrior of 27 plus years and many, many lifetimes. And I am honored to be his goddess. So, ache, 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 ache. So anyway, I'm gonna skedaddle on out. I just need y'all to tell me about what is Friday the 13th. Solution said it, 13 is the rebirth. So use that. Angelica said it is sacred. Sacred geometry is life. I was gonna start doing my song thing, but I changed my mind. Sending love to you, Pam. Love always. Ache, ache, ache. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. If you're just tuning in, hit the rewind. Pass this on. Only pass this on to people who you feel will benefit the information, because I'm telling you, people will unfriend you if you start tagging them on stuff. Don't tag nobody on my stuff. Share it with whoever you want to. That's fine, but make sure you know who you're sharing it with. Nikki says 13 is love. Yes, it is. Ache, ache. I appreciate you guys. Ache, ache, ache. 13, ache, ache, ache. 13, ache. Ache, ache. Ache, 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 ache. 13, adios.